Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Nick DeAndre. I'm the CEO and co-founder of GridMatrix. It's great to be here today. At GridMatrix, we're building the world's first infrastructure AI. This is artificial intelligence software that makes critical infrastructure safer, greener, and more economically competitive. Before starting this company, I was a global supply chain manager at Apple. I managed Apple's global supply chain first for sensors and industrial components, and later for 5G and wireless technology. What I understood and saw the opportunity for to build this solution was that critical infrastructure operators need data in order to make decisions. They need data on a daily basis for operations or for long-term budgeting and planning. Also, all of them have existing sensors operating at all of their different locations. Think ports, airports, and roadways. They all are operating these sensors, they need data to make decisions, and they're managing these large pieces of complex physical infrastructure. Previously, they would make these decisions with little or no data at all. And that's because the process of data collection and acquisition was prohibitively expensive. Our solution changes that. What it does is make data collection and processing for these customers more accessible and economical than ever before. We do it by tapping into their existing sensor networks, processing all that data, and returning it to them in a way that's useful and actionable. Depending on the sensors that we're using, let's say cameras, we're also able to capture operationally significant events at each of these different locations. We strive to be hardware agnostic, so what that means is the way that our technology works, it can work with cameras, LiDAR, radar, inductive loops, or any of these other common edge sensors. It'll consolidate them all on an on-premise server to keep that sensitive information within our customers' networks and then serve it back to them in a number of different ways. From a web dashboard to different video events that I mentioned before, to also deep dive analytics or an API that they can use to integrate our solution with their existing systems. To dive a little bit more into what it means to be hardware agnostic, our engineering challenge is how do we integrate with all these different common sensors, align all the data, process it, and then again return it in a way that is useful and actionable. We serve up data currently in 4 different ways. You can see number 1 here, the whole facility comparison. How do our customers look at everything simultaneously? Number 2, deep dive analytics. How do we look at a specific location and understand trends over time? Number 3, how do we see all of these different videos to the extent that we're leveraging cameras and capture these operational significant events? And number 4, how do we get data in a way that we can both query it or integrate it with all of our different existing systems? And actually, I'm most excited about this. I want to use this opportunity to launch a new product today. We're calling it GridGPT, but essentially what this is the world's first natural language interface for physical infrastructure. So all the data that our system generates can now be queried without having to use an API, without having to look at a web dashboard, but just by having one of our users ask, hey, GridGPT, tell me, where's the next collision or fatality most likely to happen on my roadway? How many ships are docking or leaving my port? How many airplanes are arriving or departing my airport? I want to take you through to finish up here some of our customer use cases and deployments. Here you can see we're deployed in Orlando, and what we're doing is a road safety project where we're gathering data in real time on multiple different locations across roadways in Central Florida, and then predicting where the next collision or fatality will occur. So far, our software has been actually proven to reduce the collision or fatality risk by up to 75%. We're deployed at DFW, which is one of the world's most busy airports. They're using us to do everything from monitoring the curb to actually understanding the number of trips that Uber and Lyft take to their airport. And to wrap it up here, we're also deployed at Port Newark, which is the United States' third busiest container port. So a critical piece of our supply chain infrastructure in this country. It's the third largest port after LA and Long Beach. And what we're doing is capturing these events all over the port that are helping operators keeping cargo running smoothly. I'm going to wrap it up here by just saying thank you. If you or anyone you know want to connect with me or think that this could be useful for them, we'd love to hear from you. We're available to procure directly through a number of different vehicles. That means you do not have to do an RFP, and we'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much.